Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsnight. My name is Charles Odongtho, and with me in the studio is Andrew Mwenda, old man of the clan. He is the CEO of the Independent News Magazine. Andrew, you're most welcome back.
Thank you very much.
How is business doing?
You ask me that every day. Business does not change.
Because we are going to be discussing an issue of business.
Yes, but we don't trade on the stock exchange.
Your Independent is not yet on the stock exchange.
To know that every day the share price is changing. Yes.
Okay, why does Umeme keep coming back in the news and doesn't leave the newsstands for mainly negative issues?
Well, first of all, I should tell you that Umeme has been one of the fastest growing companies in Uganda. So and therefore its reach is very big right now. In 2005, their total revenue was 165 billion. In 2013, their revenue was 957 billion. That is a humongous growth by any national, regional, or international standard. Humongous. They have overtaken MTN as the largest taxpayers. They think they made the largest profit of any company in Uganda last year, about gross profit of about 157 billion. So this is a very successful company. What the New Vision was reporting is that Umeme has decided to sell a significant stake.
Actually, first, before you go to that, let's start from the first thing. Who is Actis in Umeme? Actis?
Yes, you see, Actis is a private equity fund.
Yes.
Which is 60% owned by the managers of former managers of Commonwealth Development Corporation, which also changed its name to Commonwealth Development Corporation Group PLC, yes, meaning Public Limited Company. Now, Commonwealth Development Corporation Group PLC is owned by the government of the United Kingdom.
True.
Now, but it is the major funder of Actis. So Actis works as a private equity fund which identifies business opportunities in emerging markets. They have $4.5 billion under management. So
to invest.
When you are managing an equity fund, you have funds from people, investors. There are people who are investors. These could be individuals like you who have saved a lot of money. They could be pension funds equivalent to NSSF. By the way, we discussed NSSF for this matter. They could be the government of the UK. Yeah. They are looking for opportunities where they can get a good return. So what Actis does as a private equity fund is it collects money from different investors who give it money and say, we trust you because you have good business acumen and expertise to give us a good return. We are putting our money in your fund for management. So they have $4.5 billion under management, and their specialty is to invest in what you'd call emerging markets: Latin America, Africa, Southern Asia,
Uganda,
countries like that.
Specific.
Africa, of course. You know that Uganda is not in Europe; it's in Africa.
Of course.
These are the areas where you have emerging markets. Yes. So Uganda is one of the countries in Africa. They are actually moving into Cameroon. They have bought the distribution there. So what they do is they identify a business opportunity, invest in it, make it succeed. Once it has been successful, then it attracts other investors. It attracts other investors. They sell to them, make a handsome return, and go to develop the next market.
So why are they pulling out of Umeme?
Because they have achieved the objective. Umeme,
they have made their money.
It's not that they have just made their money. The most important thing is they have made Umeme a highly attractive business for so many other investors on the market. Right now, if you read the newspapers today, they are saying 20 international companies are bidding to buy a significant stake in Umeme. Let me tell you this, my grandson. You see, in 2001, government of Uganda said we want to privatize the distribution of electricity and we are looking for an investor. 6 investors came, 2 from America, 1 from Spain, 1 from Britain, 1 from South Africa. They came, and another one from France, so there were 7. When they came here and looked at the electricity market in Uganda, all of them walked away. We say we cannot invest in this area. You know why? Let me give you the reasons they raised. They raised
quickly
that the electricity tariff has been the same price for 12 years without change, in spite of inflation and in spite of foreign exchange depreciation. 2, there are so many people who have been getting electricity and not paying, although you have billed them, and a culture of impunity of not paying has grown. 3, very many people had illegal connections, and therefore there was a huge loss of revenue resulting from illegal connections. 4, the network was moribund. It required a huge investment which would have implications on the electricity tariff. If you increase the tariff, consumers will complain. 5, they complained that the government was not letting the regulator be independent. All of them walked away. Only one company walked away but wrote these complaints to the government of Uganda, and that is CDC, Commonwealth Development Corporation. They raised these issues. Government of Uganda entered negotiations with them for 3 years. They had refused to invest here because the market was very bad. Now look, 10 years later, they came here in 2004. 10 years later, they have made the company so successful that 20 international firms are vying to buy shares in Umeme. So I have been telling the people of Uganda, please, Umeme is Uganda's God-sent company because it was the first experiment.
God-sent indeed. Now, how does that help the shareholders in Umeme, the small shareholders, especially the public who have invested in Umeme?
Exactly, because let me ask you, if you have shares on the market and so many people are interested in buying, what does that do to the share price? It increases. The basic law of demand is the higher the quantity demanded, the higher will be the price.
Isn't it connected? Isn't this, sell out or buy out connected to the parliamentary, investigation and the fears that maybe...
Funny, I have not talked to the Umeme people, but I read in the newspaper, Henry Rugamba, who is the corporate affairs manager, saying there is no connection. Because you see, first of all, a parliamentary resolution is not binding on the government, and if... It
is not, but the fact that government has not yet taken a decision and is just quiet about it means that there is uncertainty.
You are right in the sense that if I was Umeme, I would be worried, and if the next guy... If Umeme is not selling completely, they're just selling a significant share, they want to raise capital to invest in Cameroon. So how do you raise capital? On the stock market, you can float your shares and say, give me money, I want... So they will reduce their shareholding in order to be able to invest in another emerging market where they may get a very good, a better deal. Remember that, by the way, the government of Uganda, contrary to popular belief, negotiated one of the best concession agreements in electricity distribution that you can find anywhere.
By the way, why are the 20 companies not being mentioned? Why is there no, honesty about it?
I am sure that the broker, this company of Patrick Mwahire, may initially, if you have expressed interest, I'm sure there are matters of confidentiality. Assuming I was selling my land and you are interested, and then tomorrow I go out there announcing that, okay, among the buyers who have expressed interest is Charles Odongo. So possibly you want your privacy for now to be kept until the deal is signed, then you can come out.
Well, that was Andrew Mwenda, CEO of The Independent, and that was Newsnight.